Well, hey, bit subdued. It is early. I don't want to wake you up. Thought I'd do an early one today because I'm going to meet someone at lunchtime who's someone who used to come along to BKS who wants to come back, and I've got loads of other stuff on today. So, and I've got to make some burgers for later as well. Homemade burgers. So I've got to get down Bartlett's and Son and get me meat on because I'm a bloke and I'm a trainer and I eat loads of meat. Anyway. That's what this is a little bit about, actually. I was talking to someone last night, right? I don't know, I just thought this was really quite funny. The story came from, there's been graduations going on in the park they've been going on at the Abbey, but there's been a marquee in Royal Victoria Park by where we do the sessions. So this big marquee, all the students come down with their families and all that. They're all in their gowns. They get the pictures taken, nice surroundings. We might even be in the background of a couple. You never know. Imagine that. And it's all going on. And there's a security guard there looking after the marquee during the day and at night as well. So the swap shifts because obviously you'll get homeless people come and sleep in the marquee and all that. So they're just looking after it. Okay. And one of the guys was rather rotund, shall we say. So during the session last night, we were just watching, and it made me kind of think, and the person who I was at the session with could also identify with this, because it happens to me, it'll happen to you, it happens to everybody, in different forms, okay? So, this guy he did 4 nights looking after this marquee. Okay, now at this event there'll have been vol au vents and champagne and all that sort of stuff, right? Because it's a big old graduation event for students. Mine was nearly 20 years ago, so it made me feel old as well. 20 years ago next year. Whew. Anyhow, I was on a session 6 till 7. He come walking out because obviously it was all finished for the day. So he come walking out with his massive tray of vol au vents, right? Huge it was. Eating them, opened up the boot of his car, put them in the back. So this was obviously all the leftovers. Put them in the back of the car, shut the boot. And like I say, he was quite a rotund guy. Not judging him or anything like that. Okay, and he might not care, which is fine, perfectly fine. But he's going to sit in his car all night looking after this marquee. He's not going to do a lot of moving around. Eating these, and he's probably done that 4 nights this week for his job. And this is just this one thing, so he's probably doing this all for his job all over the shop. So the person who I was having the session with last night, I said, it's just funny, isn't it? You just watch things and you just see it and it's just quite funny. And I was like, and you'll get people who do that sort of thing and then go, do you know what? I need to get rid of this. I can't lose weight. And then they wonder why. So then it came up, who I was with last night, the person with 2 kids, and she was saying, she used to do similar with the kids, right? So the kids wouldn't finish their dinner, so then it'd be like, okay, fair enough, you're full, which is good, but then she'd be like, right, so I'll just finish that off for 2 kids, every meal. So if you're doing that 3 times a day, right, then eating your own meal as well, then she said, every now and then it would be like, or like every other day or whatever, it'd be like, I've been really good today, I deserve a treat, so I might have a bit of cake or something like that. After eating your own meals and eating the rest of whatever the kids have left as well, which is probably going to be something like, it might be like, I don't know, what's it called? Cheesy pasta, what's that called? You know what I mean. Anyway, that's all that sort of stuff, right? Because obviously kids load up on carbs, don't they? Because they're just running around all day. So if not that carbs are bad, but it's one of those things. And as we were talking, I kind of said, yeah, I get exactly the same thing, right? Because I've been trying to lean down, right? I've shared this before when the elastic on my boxers starts to fold over without me doing it, when it just goes boom like that. You know the feeling. When that happens, I'm like, right, I need to do something. That's my little warning, right? So that's when I say, right, I'm going to trim down. Not that I need to do loads, it's in there. I feel like I need to. Well, then people might look and go, oh yeah, whatever. You know, I don't care. It's me. That's how I feel, right? So, and the person I was talking to last night, I said, I start fooling myself. So I've been trimming down, okay, but then on a Friday morning, I'll have a massive breakfast because I'm like, well, I've earned that because I've had a really good week, and I'll do a workout and then I'll have a massive breakfast with like 4 rashers of bacon and 4 eggs and mushrooms like cooked in butter, which there's nothing wrong with, but I'll have a whole avocado as well, and have some black pudding with it as well, which is not wrong with as well. But put it all together, right? That's quite a lot of food. That's quite a lot of food. But I'm like, right, I'm gonna have a massive breakfast because I've earned it. But then also on a Saturday and a Sunday, I have a massive breakfast as well. So that's 3 mornings a week. I'm having a massive 3 mornings out of 7, right? So whatever that is it whatever percentage that is, right? It's like 40% or something like that. That's quite a lot. That's quite a lot. So I'm like, I've earned that. And then as we were talking, my coach has said this to me before as well. From when you finish work on a Friday to when you go to work on a Monday, that's kind of like 40% of the week. So as we were talking last night, I was saying, as far as I can tell, or as far as I think the way people think is a week's got 10 days. Because you think of things in percentages, and it's easier to work out percentages out of 10, right? So then you're like, Saturday and Sunday, I do whatever I like, right? You might do, which is fine. That's cool. But then you go, so that's 20% of the week. But it's not, is it? And also it'll be Friday night. And right through until Sunday night as well. And then when you get up on Monday morning and go to work, that's 40% of the week. That's a lot. That's a lot of the week. So you probably think you're doing 20%, it's double. And I've fallen foul of this as well, as far as I, like in my brain for some reason, working out percentages, it works it out across a 10-day week. Even though there's only 7. So then what you'll get is people go like, you know, I'll have a drink on Friday night, I'll have a drink on Saturday night, I'll have a couple of beers throughout the day on Sunday, and then maybe like a couple of glasses of wine with dinner on Sunday night or whatever. So that's 3 nights out of 7. Right? And then what will happen is, somewhere during the week, well, I've been good this week, so, you know, I'll have a couple of beers or whatever, which is fine. When the weather's like this, you know, I'll be like, right, I'm going to go and sit in a beer garden and have a couple of beers and read a book and all that sort of stuff, because that's what I like to do. So then, if you do that, then you're then drinking 4 nights a week, which is over 50%, so it's going to be like nearly 60% of the week. You know, so then, these are the sorts of things that we don't really think about. We think, oh, I've been good. I had Monday and Tuesday off. I'll have a drink Wednesday. Then I've had Thursday off, and then Friday, Saturday. It's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, isn't it? You don't really think they are like special. You don't really add them on to what you're doing. You just go, yeah, it's just Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That's just a thing. That's what I do. And I fall foul of this all the time. Like I said, massive breakfast. So this morning I'm going to make my breakfast. I'm just having eggs, mushrooms, and a pepper and a bit of other stuff, and that's it. And then tomorrow I'll have a massive breakfast. Sunday I'll have a massive breakfast. You know, basically I use my weekend to reward myself, shall we say? But when you're using your weekend to reward yourself, and some people's weekend goes from Thursday through to Monday, which is over, like it's going to be like 60% of the week. So think about it. Just have a think about that. So then when you're wondering why I can't lose weight, I've tried everything. I've tried eating well 2 days a week. Just think about it. And this is around loads, the 80-20 rule. So if you're eating well for 80% of your meals, not just like 80% of days, but 80% of your meals. So if you have 3 meals a day, 7 days a week, that's 21 meals. Okay, so what's 80%? What's 20% of that? 4 meals, right? So if you eat 4 bad meals, so say on a Saturday and Sunday, you have a massive breakfast and then a big dinner. Do that Saturday and Sunday, and then the rest of the days have good meals. You're going to get what you want. You're going to get what you want. It is actually that simple. It's in there that it gets all messed up, and you don't really think about it. And this really came to light last night when I was talking to this person. I was like, you know, I do it as well. I fall foul of it. I know what I'm talking about, and I still fall foul of it. We're not all, what's the word, infallible? Blimey. Right, anyway, if you want to know a bit more about that, download my program, which is below. So when I say it's a program, it's not like an exercise program. It's a program that'll show you, that'll tell you about what I'm talking about right now, but very quickly. And it helps you out with all of this, and it makes it easy. So super easy. Honestly, it's ridiculous. So, download it, and I'll talk to you next week. Have a great weekend. 40% of your week.